Caroline is with us in South Carolina. Hi, Caroline. How are you?
Good. How are y'all?
Better than we deserve. What's up?
So I just had a question about buying a car while we're still in baby step 2. We've got about $20,000 of debt to pay off. We currently have a 19-year-old Honda Odyssey, about 237,000 miles. Great mechanical condition, but it is a salvage title because of hitting a deer. And our other car is a 16-year-old Buick. It's only got 128,000, but we've had to dump close to 2,000 into it recently. So I kind of told my husband no more than maybe another 500 if something breaks down. So I'm just trying to figure out, should we get another car? And if so, which of the 3 options I'm considering makes the most sense?
What's your household income?
Gross is about 90, but take home is only about 65 because of mandatory retirement.
What how much debt have you paid off so far?
So that's a long story. We just kind of stumbled back into it accidentally. I might be an education addict. We had actually paid off $60,000, all of my master's debt, and then I was working on my doctorate, and I had some cash flow issues, and stupidly went back in.
Okay, and that's the 20,000.
Yeah,
okay.
and I should graduate either the summer or the fall with my doctorate.
Good. In what?
Education. I'm a teacher.
Okay. Will that change your pay?
Yes, that will. That between that and South Carolina government's also proposing a pretty big pay raise. So I should be looking at probably a $10,000 bump in the fall.
Nice. Very nice. Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Here is what I heard. You tell me. And I'm saying that because you get to choose whether I heard you properly or not, because you're the one saying it. But I heard that every time something comes up that you want to do, you jump back and forth in and out of this. I want a car, so I'm not going to do baby step 2. I want to go get my PhD, so I'm going to go back into debt. And you're never going to break the cycle as long as you leave options on the table to violate the principles.
Well, I hadn't had any trouble except for education. Like, we've never had any other debt.
No, you just presented trouble to me again. You wanted to go
education.
buy a car while you're paying off the debt from the last time you fell off the wagon.
Yes.
So this is two breaks in the pattern.
I'm not talking about anything crazy.
No,
like,
but
I'm
this is
talking
two breaks in the
about, like,
pattern.
another $4,000.
Listen, if you want to go get a car, you go get a car. I would not, in your case, and it has nothing to do with the cars and it has nothing to do with the financial situation. You have to break this pattern. That's what I think. I think you have a pattern of jumping in and out depending on what feels good right now and what you want to do. And I'm telling you, you got to plow through and have the transformation of the way you view debt and the way you view money and the way you're not scared enough about debt yet. You're not freaked out and mad enough about debt yet to where you're fighting it like it's the enemy. It's just a casual annoyance. That's what all of your language said as you were discussing this.
Yeah, it's absolutely right. She's got options, and we take a no option stance. And so it starts to make sense when you make it an option, because then you look at an old van, you go, oh, we just put $2,000 in this. I don't want to put any more money in this. You know what? There's an option. I can get a loan, get a car, and that makes more sense. I'd rather put money into something that's newer that I don't have to. And it's just a cycle.
If I'm going to quit eating donuts, I can't have them in the house.
Right.
It's not an option.
Probably not a good idea to drive by that donut place either.
Yeah, sometimes that happens, but I keep driving. I can't turn in.
Yes.
If I turn in, it's over.
Yeah.
I can't,
right.
If I have them in the house, 100% chance I'm eating them.
Oh, yeah.
100% chance.
Mm-hmm.
Now, when I was breaking the cycle, what I would do is get up during COVID on the weekends at 6 o'clock in the morning, and I would go get donuts because nobody was out,
right,
and take them to my grandkids. And I would do that to make myself handle donuts and not eat one.
Wow.
And I did that to force myself through the process. But now I know that I'm weaker now than when I was early and more enthusiastic in the process.
Yeah.
And I can't even have them in the house.
Yeah.
Because I will eat them.
I'm impressed that Papa Dave didn't just at one point at a stoplight reach over and snag one.
Grab that
That's
chocolate
impressive.
covered Hot Light is on Krispy Kreme and pop that.
That's my kryptonite. I know I couldn't do it.
That right there. So
you're my
I'm just
hero.
telling you, all of us, my point is I'm no different, Caroline.
That's correct.
We all have this. And so you have to have a take no prisoners approach to change a behavior pattern,
So true.
to install a new principle in your character that you weren't doing before. And you don't have a take no prisoners attitude about this. And that's okay. We can still be friends. But you're not going to execute these things well and with thoroughness until you do. So I would prescribe, no, don't buy a car, get mad, pay off the debt because the debt's standing between you and getting a decent car because you're driving a couple pieces of crap around your house. And I'd be sick and tired of being sick and tired of driving crap, and this $20,000 is in my way, and I got to get rid of that so I can get an emergency fund and save up money for a little better car. And I'm going to go do that in a very short period of time, and I'm going to be really angry about it in a good way.
Yeah. I like that, by the way. I don't want people to miss what Dave just said there. It's simple in what he said, but it's pretty profound in that you change the narrative to, I got a PhD, I'm getting a nice job, I'm tired of driving around a piece of crap. So I'm going to save up, change my lifestyle, and buy a nice car cash. It's a completely different shift on the focus and the mindset, and it actually works.
Yeah. Well, you just got to say, I'm done with this. I'm not going to play games. I'm not going to play footsie with this anymore.
You take the option off the table.
I don't go in banks. I don't go in the donut shop, and I don't go into a bank. The only thing banks are for is making deposits. That's all they're for.
Tell you what, all this talk of donuts, I might stop by the shop on the way home tonight.
Yeah, well, just you'll have to
Should
send
I? Come on, Dave, talk me out of it.
Send me a picture and tell me about it. Yeah.
I thought Dave was going to cuff me there, folks. He's not helping me here. He's not helping me. But no, it's really true. It's taking the option off the table. I know you and I feel the same way about marriage, and I don't want anybody to feel guilt or anything. But committing to one person, you have to take the option off of the table. We're not going to quit.
Yeah, murder's an option, but divorce is not.
That went a little dark. I didn't see that coming, but.
Yeah. One of my pastor friends says, you will never hear that he cheated on his wife. You will hear he died tragically in the home.
Right. That's good. Oh, man.
It was a tragedy.
Tragic.
It was a tragedy.
Tragic.
Well, there's an extreme thing because there is a principle in the principle of transformation, the principle of behavior modification, that you have to, and it is smart to, swing the pendulum way over into crazy to completely break the cycle in your brain.
Right.
And then when it comes back a little bit, it doesn't come never want it to come all the way back because you're in crazy over on the other side. But when it comes back a little bit, you're relaxed a little bit. My budget has a lot more margin in it than when I very first started doing a budget and I was a broke person. It was to the penny.
Yeah.
And now it's like,
Sure.
But I'm still got a budget, still got a plan, right? And I used to have groceries separated from restaurants because I couldn't.
Right.
We'd go out to eat and use up the grocery money, but so I had to have more. I had to swing it more detail, more intentionality, more intensity.
Yes.
But now 30 years of doing this, I mean, we've got margin in the budget. Number one, number two, it doesn't matter.
But you and Sharon and all the people that have done this say something. You break your appetite for debt.
Yeah.
I mean, years ago,
I break my appetite for living without a plan. I'll always have a plan.
Exactly. But I got rid of sweet tea years ago. I can't even drink it anymore, Dave.
God.
You know why? Because for about 7 years, I hadn't had a
You're
sip.
not even a real Southerner.
I know, folks. But now it's
Give up
disgusting.
your Southern man card.
I know. But you change your appetite, and that's huge. But you got to break
I was
it.
okay with the donuts. The tea just got me.
I know. Well, that's just my only thing. I like other sweet things, but not the sweet tea anymore. It's too much. Too much.
We really had sugar, and the tea was an excuse.
Yeah, exactly.